Over time, the psychological process of love becomes more complex as the relationship deepens. Emotional interdependence begins to form, where both individuals rely on each other not just for companionship, but for emotional support and fulfillment. As men grow more emotionally connected, their attachment to their partner shifts from a desire for companionship or romantic fulfillment to a deeper sense of partnership. Men begin to view their partner as a source of emotional strength and a key part of their personal growth. The relationship becomes more than a simple exchange of affection. It evolves into a supportive and balanced partnership, one in which both individuals rely on each other to navigate the complexities of life. Furthermore, attachment theory plays a significant role in how men form relationships. According to this theory, individuals develop attachment styles based on early childhood experiences. These attachment styles, secure, anxious, or avoidant, can influence how men approach love and relationships in adulthood. Men with secure attachment styles are more likely to form stable, lasting relationships as they are comfortable with emotional intimacy and vulnerability. In contrast, men with anxious or avoidant attachment styles may struggle with emotional closeness and might have a harder time forming deep attachments. Understanding a man's attachment style can help explain his approach to love, whether he seeks closeness and connection or keeps his distance. The role of responsibility and maturity in love is one of the most profound aspects of how men fall in love. Unlike the early, often intense feelings of infatuation that might characterize the initial stages of romantic attraction, the deeper emotional bonds that form over time in a relationship are closely tied to a man's sense of duty and commitment. For many men, love transcends the immediate emotions of passion and desire and becomes rooted in a profound sense of responsibility, not just toward their partner, but toward the future they are building together. As men mature, they begin to understand that love is not merely an emotional response to attraction, but rather an ongoing choice and effort that requires work, growth, and sacrifice. For a man who is beginning to fall in love, the initial romantic feelings may be centered on desire, admiration, and physical attraction. But as the relationship develops, he often begins to see love through a more pragmatic lens. It is no longer just about how he feels in the moment, but about what he can offer to the relationship in terms of emotional stability, support, and long-term commitment. One of the key shifts that happens as men mature in love is their growing sense of long-term responsibility. While in their youth, many men may see love as something that is fleeting and transactional, a series of exciting moments or experiences shared with someone they care about. Maturity brings with it the recognition that love is about building something lasting. This involves a conscious effort to invest in the relationship, to nurture it, and to weather the inevitable challenges that arise over time. Responsibility in love is not just about being there when things are easy or when emotions are high. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's difficult, and being willing to put in the work required to make the relationship thrive. This sense of responsibility often manifests in a protective instinct, which is one of the primary ways men express their love. A man who falls in love does not simply experience a deep emotional connection with his partner. He begins to view her well-being as a priority. This is not just about physical protection, but emotional and psychological protection as well. He may feel a deep need to create a stable, secure environment in which both he and his partner can flourish. This sense of responsibility can extend to how he engages with her family, his own family, and even broader societal circles. As the relationship deepens, a man begins to see his role as part of a greater unit, a family, a partnership that extends beyond himself. And the sophisticated man within works up to the act of danger. Responsibility also intersects with the idea of maturity. For many men, love becomes an avenue through which they learn to grow and mature. The emotional depth of a relationship forces them to confront their own fears, insecurities, and shortcomings. A man who is truly in love recognizes that the relationship requires not just affection and attention, but personal growth and evolution. This often involves confronting one's own weaknesses, learning how to communicate better, and navigating the complexities of balancing individual needs with the needs of the relationship. As a man matures emotionally, he begins to understand that love is not just about receiving affection, but about giving it in ways that are supportive and constructive. The desire to protect and nurture his partner leads him to take on responsibilities that may not always be immediately gratifying, but that are essential for the long-term health of the relationship. He might take on more practical responsibilities, such as providing financial stability or making sure that his partner feels secure in the relationship. But there are also emotional responsibilities. These include being present for difficult conversations, offering reassurance during times of uncertainty, and supporting his partner's personal and professional growth. This notion of responsibility becomes especially evident when considering the concept of shared vision and commitment. Men who fall in love begin to imagine a future with their partner. This is a key psychological shift. Rather than just living in the present and enjoying the immediate pleasures of the relationship, men often begin to plan for the future, considering what their life will look like as part of a team. This future-oriented thinking involves a level of maturity and foresight that is necessary for the relationship to survive and thrive. Men often become motivated by the idea of building a life together, purchasing a home, raising children, or simply growing old side by side. This forward-thinking sense of responsibility connects love with the idea of legacy, not in the grand public sense, but in the quieter, more personal sense of leaving something meaningful behind for the next generation or for the world at large. At the same time, the sense of responsibility that comes with love also requires men to face and manage their own emotions. Love is not just about caring for their partner, it is also about managing their own emotional state in a way that fosters stability in the relationship. Men who fall in love learn to cope with the frustrations, insecurities, and doubts that naturally arise in relationships. Part of this is learning how to deal with conflict constructively and understanding that conflict resolution is not just about winning an argument, but about finding solutions that benefit the relationship as a whole. Emotional maturity in men is often tied to their ability to remain calm and measured during difficult moments, and to recognize that their partner's needs are just as important as their own. Another aspect of responsibility in love is the willingness to sacrifice for the good of the relationship. This may seem like a simple idea, but it is incredibly profound. Men who fall in love often realize that true love involves compromise and selflessness. This could mean sacrificing time, resources, or personal desires for the benefit of their partner's happiness or for the good of the relationship as a whole. It is in these moments of self-sacrifice that the relationship solidifies into something deeper and more meaningful. Men learn that love is not about selfishly seeking their own desires, but about understanding the needs of their partner and taking action to meet those needs, even if it means personal sacrifice. When examining how men fall in love, it is important to consider the role of shared experiences and emotional growth. Men do not simply fall in love through isolated moments of emotional connection or fleeting passions. Instead, love is often fostered through a series of experiences that bond two individuals together, allowing them to grow both individually and as a couple. Over time, as these shared experiences accumulate, they create a strong emotional foundation that deepens a man's feelings of love and attachment. This evolution of emotional connection is rooted in the mutual understanding that is cultivated through spending time together, facing challenges, and building memories. One of the key elements that shapes the growth of love in men is emotional growth through shared experiences. In the early stages of a relationship, a man may primarily be motivated by physical attraction, curiosity, or the excitement of getting to know someone new. However, As the relationship progresses, men start to connect more deeply on an emotional level. This connection is often solidified through the experiences they share, whether it's traveling together, learning something new, or simply spending time in each other's company. These shared moments create a sense of intimacy and vulnerability that is critical to the development of love. Men may not always express their emotions verbally in the same way women do, but the shared experiences become a profound and emotional form of communication. Through these experiences, a man begins to see his partner not just as someone to enjoy the moment with, but as someone who is integral to his life and who helps shape his journey. This emotional growth is often facilitated by the challenges a couple faces together. Men are frequently drawn to women who show strength, resilience, and adaptability in the face of adversity. When a man and his partner navigate difficult situations together, whether it's dealing with personal struggles, facing external obstacles, or managing conflicts, they are more likely to form a lasting bond. These challenges allow men to witness their partner's character in a deeper way, and they help men grow emotionally as they are required to stretch beyond their comfort zones, confront their own limitations, and develop greater emotional resilience. For many men, these shared challenges bring out a protective instinct as they witness their partner handle adversity with grace, or as they share difficult experiences, men often feel compelled to offer support. This support can take many forms, whether it's offering a listening ear, offering solutions to problems, or simply providing a sense of comfort. This willingness to protect and support during tough times solidifies the emotional connection between a man and his partner. Through these shared challenges, men often experience a sense of deep emotional bonding, knowing that their partner is someone with whom they can rely and who will also rely on them. Moreover, vulnerability becomes a crucial element in the shared emotional journey that men experience with their partner. As the relationship deepens, men begin to feel more comfortable expressing their emotions and vulnerabilities. Early on, men might hold back their deepest fears or insecurities, either due to social conditioning or a fear of being seen as weak. However, as the relationship develops, the trust and understanding that grow from shared experiences encourage emotional openness. This vulnerability allows men to share their true selves with their partner, building a stronger emotional connection and intimacy. As men open up about their past experiences, their fears, their hopes, and their dreams, they begin to realize that their relationship is not just about physical attraction or superficial connection. It is about a true partnership in which both individuals are seen, heard, and understood. Over time, as these shared experiences continue to accumulate, they shape a sense of emotional security within the relationship. Men who fall in love begin to feel that their partner is someone with whom they can share their life, someone who will support them through difficult times, celebrate with them during moments of joy, and simply be there as they navigate life's journey. This emotional security forms the basis for a deeper commitment, as men begin to recognize that their relationship is not just an enjoyable experience, but a stable, reliable source of emotional fulfillment. In many ways, love becomes a dynamic process of growth and transformation for both individuals. As they share experiences and work together to overcome obstacles, men often experience an evolution in their emotional maturity. The process of learning how to communicate, how to listen, and how to compromise fosters growth in both partners. A man who once viewed love as something based primarily on personal fulfillment begins to see it as something that involves shared responsibilities and mutual growth. This shift allows the man to embrace the idea of a lifelong partnership in which both individuals are continuously growing and evolving together, rather than simply expecting the relationship to remain static. Furthermore, these shared experiences often lead to the development of rituals and traditions that further deepen the emotional connection. Whether it's a special date night, a yearly vacation, or a routine that they develop together, these rituals allow couples to reinforce their bond over time. For men, these traditions can become markers of the relationship's progression, signifying the depth of their emotional investment and love. These rituals often carry with them a sense of comfort and familiarity, offering both partners a sense of continuity and security. They serve as reminders of the emotional journey the couple has taken together and the bond that has been created through shared time, experiences, and memories. Another powerful aspect of shared experiences in love is the creation of meaningful memories. Over time, men and their partners accumulate a collection of experiences that are unique to their relationship. These could be simple moments of joy, laughter, or quiet intimacy, but they serve as a reminder of the love they share. These memories are often reflected upon with nostalgia and affection as they represent the milestones of the relationship, the moments when love was tested and deepened. The more experiences a couple shares, the more profound the emotional connection becomes. Men, as they grow emotionally attached, begin to cherish these memories as they are a reflection of the life they are building together. In understanding how men fall in love, it is crucial to address the concept of emotional safety and trust, which are foundational elements in the development of deep emotional connections. Men, like women, need to feel emotionally secure in a relationship in order to fully invest in love. Emotional safety is not merely the absence of conflict, but a state where both partners feel respected, valued, and accepted for who they truly are. It is within this environment of trust and safety that love can flourish and deepen. For many men, the journey to falling in love involves a complex interaction between emotional security and vulnerability. Traditional gender norms often discourage men from being openly emotional or vulnerable. Men are frequently socialized to prioritize strength and self-sufficiency, which can make expressing emotions feel uncomfortable or risky. Therefore, for a man to truly fall in love, he must first feel that he is in an emotionally safe space where he can let his guard down without fear of judgment or rejection. This sense of safety allows men to open up and show their true selves, revealing fears, desires, and vulnerabilities that they might otherwise conceal. A man who feels emotionally safe in his relationship is more likely to share his innermost thoughts and feelings. He is able to express his insecurities, his personal struggles, and his dreams without the fear of being belittled or misunderstood. This emotional transparency is essential for deepening love, as it enables both partners to form a bond based on mutual understanding and empathy. When a man feels that his emotions are met with understanding, care, and support, his attachment to his partner strengthens. He begins to trust her not only as a lover, but as someone who can be relied upon in the most vulnerable moments of his life. Trust is another cornerstone of emotional safety. Without trust, a relationship cannot thrive. Trust is built over time through consistent actions, honesty, and reliability. A man falls in love when he believes that his partner is trustworthy, that she will keep her word, and that her actions align with her words. This trust is not only about fidelity or loyalty, it is also about being emotionally dependable. A man needs to know that his partner will be there for him in times of need, offering both physical and emotional support. He needs to feel that he can count on her to provide stability, to offer comfort when he is struggling, and to be understanding when he makes mistakes. It is this sense of dependability that fosters deep emotional trust and creates the foundation for a lasting, loving relationship. Furthermore, emotional safety also involves creating an environment where both partners can express their needs and desires openly. In many relationships, especially in the early stages, men may feel hesitant to voice their needs, either out of fear of being seen as weak or because they do not want to burden their partner. However, true love grows when both partners are able to communicate openly about what they need from one another. A relationship where one or both individuals are unable to communicate their emotional needs is often doomed to fail, as unmet needs can lead to resentment, frustration, and emotional distance. When a man feels that his partner welcomes and encourages open communication, he is more likely to express his emotional needs without fear of being dismissed or criticized. This reciprocal emotional exchange fosters a deeper connection as both partners feel seen, heard, and valued. Equally important to emotional safety is the notion of emotional forgiveness. In any long-term relationship, conflicts, misunderstandings, and mistakes are inevitable. A man's ability to fall in love often hinges on the degree to which his partner offers forgiveness and is willing to work through challenges together. Emotional safety is created when both partners are able to forgive one another for past mistakes, learn from them, and move forward with renewed understanding. A relationship built on emotional forgiveness allows both partners to feel secure in the knowledge that their mistakes will not be held against them indefinitely, and that they have the space to grow and evolve together. So, this concept of emotional safety is intricately linked to the idea of non-judgmental acceptance. Men, like women, need to feel accepted for who they truly are, flaws and all. Many men struggle with insecurities related to their appearance, their abilities, or their emotional expression. For a man to fall in love, he must feel that his partner accepts him unconditionally, that she values him for his character, his intentions, and his heart, rather than for meeting external expectations. Emotional safety is created when men feel they can be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. This acceptance is not only about loving them during their best moments, but also offering support and understanding during times of failure, vulnerability, and imperfection. At the same time, over time, the accumulation of these moments of trust, vulnerability, and acceptance create a secure emotional bond. A man who has experienced emotional safety within a relationship will begin to develop a deep attachment to his partner. He comes to see her not only as someone he loves, but also as someone he relies on for emotional support and guidance. This bond of trust and safety transforms the relationship into something more than just romantic. It becomes a partnership in which both individuals feel mutually supported in their emotional journeys. Men who feel emotionally safe are more likely to stay committed, invest in their relationships, and prioritize the well-being of their partner. And in addition, emotional safety is a critical factor in maintaining the long-term sustainability of love. While infatuation and passion may characterize the early stages of a relationship, it is emotional safety that ensures a relationship's longevity. As the relationship matures, the challenges and demands of life will inevitably arise. During these times, the emotional security that has been built over time allows both partners to weather the storms together. A man who feels emotionally safe is less likely to run away from conflict or difficult emotions. Instead, he is more likely to engage in constructive communication, seek resolution, and grow alongside his partner through the difficulties they face together. In conclusion, the journey of how men fall in love is complex and multifaceted, shaped by a variety of psychological, emotional, and relational dynamics. From the initial spark of attraction to the deep bonds formed through shared experiences, responsibility, vulnerability, and emotional safety, love is a process that evolves over time. Each of the key factors, emotional connection, the role of responsibility and maturity, shared experiences, and the creation of emotional safety are not isolated from one another, but rather intertwined to create a rich and fulfilling partnership. As men grow emotionally and mature, they begin to understand that love is not just a fleeting feeling, but a commitment that requires ongoing effort, trust, and sacrifice. It is in the space where men feel safe to express vulnerability, where their emotional needs are met, and where mutual respect thrives, that love truly deepens. As shared experiences accumulate and both partners support each other's growth, love is transformed into a powerful and enduring bond. Ultimately, men fall in love not only through the moments of passion and excitement, but through the emotional work that is done together in partnership. It is through this process of mutual care, vulnerability, responsibility, and trust that a love that is lasting, secure, and deeply meaningful is formed. This understanding of love, rooted in emotional safety and growth, forms the basis for relationships that stand the test of time, offering both partners a journey of shared emotional fulfillment and transformation. And this is the kind of relationship that evolutionary psychologists have believed